Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ తండ్రి
ఊర్లోనే ఉన్నాను బాబు.
అవును ప్రభుజీ ఊళ్ళో ఉన్నాను.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna
కృష్ణ
Krishna,
హరే
Hare
హరి
Hare,
హరే రామ రామ హరే హరి హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరి హరే రామ హరే
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరి హరే రామ రామ హరే హరి హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరి హరే రామ రామ హరే హరి హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరి హరే రామ హరే హరే హరి హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరి హరే రామ రామ హరే హరి హరే కృష్ణ కృష్ణ హరే హరి హరే రామ రామ హరే హరి హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరి హరే రామ రామ హరే హరి హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరి హరే రామ హరే హరే హరి హరే కృష్ణ 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 హరే హరి హరే రామ హరే హరి హరే కృష్ణ
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram.
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram
Ram Ram. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Ram.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Jai Shri Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Saraswati Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama
Ram
Rama
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama
Ram,
Rama Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Aye, slow ma.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama, Rama, Rama Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama Rama Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram,
Hare Rama,
Ram
Rama Rama
Ram,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
नमः
Krishna,
ओम
Hare
कृष्ण
Hare,
बताए कृष्ण कृष्ण प्लीज
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे हरे
Krishna,
राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे
Hare
हरे राम
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
राम 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 हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम राम
Hare
राम हरे
Ram,
हरे
Ram
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna, Hare
कृष्ण कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna
हरे राम
Krishna,
राम 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 हरे
Hare Ram, Ram
हरे
Ram,
कृष्ण 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 हरे राम राम हरे हरे
Hare
हरे
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे राम
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Hare
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram,
कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हरे
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
हरे राम राम हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Krishna Krishna, Hare
हरे
Hare,
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
हरे 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 राम राम
Krishna Krishna,
राम हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री सद्गुरु वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे हरे
Krishna,
हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण
Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram.
Hare Krishna, Lalit Mohan Prabhuji, Praveen Prabhu, thank you so much for joining. Welcome back. Raju Prabhu, Dana Pranam, Hare Krishna, Lavanya.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु धन्यवाद
Praveen Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Praveen Prabhu, are you there? Actually, one of our dear friend, long time back, he has joined yesterday. I had a call with him. Yes. He is working in morning shifts. That's why he couldn't able to join. Otherwise, he and his son, Aryan Prabhu, regularly join in the beginning of the calls. Somehow, he couldn't connect because of morning hours, and he has a college in the morning hours. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining, for chanting today. So let us begin with Mangalacharana prayers. Before that, let us read this. Actually, I opened. Before that, let us read this. Yeah. Anybody likes to read?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Dhanwad Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. I am talking about you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Whenever you can join, Prabhu. There is no hard and in the chanting. There are no hard and fast. There are no hard and.
Yeah, today I'm weekend comp off, so that's why I able to join. Otherwise, no, it's very difficult in the morning, Prabhuji. So many calls. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Chalo. Read. Since you joined after long back, just read this Namamrita, Prabhu, to give some chanting the holy names. You can read.
The role of the holy name in the progression of devotional service. Regulative and spontaneous hearing and chanting in the development of pure devotional service. Lord Chaitanya to Sanatan Goswami. If by good fortune a living entity develops faith in Krishna, he begins to associate with the devotees. When one is encouraged in devotional service by the association of devotees, one becomes free from all unwanted contaminations by following the regulatory principle and chanting and hearing. When one is freed from all unwanted contamination, he advances with firm faith. When firm faith in devotional service awakens, a taste for hearing and chanting also awakens. After taste is awakened, a deep attachment arises, and from that attachment, the seed of love for Krishna grows in the heart. when that ecstatic emotional stage intensifies, it is called love of Godhead. Such love is life's ultimate goal and the reservoir of all pleasures. Sri Chaitanya Charamrit Madhya Leela 29.9 to 13. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu. So these 9 stages, the teachings given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See here, Lord Chaitanya to Sanatana Goswami, right? Firm faith starts with. Anybody remember that 9 stages quickly without looking? Even I forgot actually.
Yes, Prabhuji, first is faith, Shraddha, then then hearing, then association, anartha vritti, nishtha, ruchi, and then bhava, prem. I think I missed one.
Yeah. Allah గుర్తుందా ప్రభు మీకు?
Yes, Prabhuji.
అదే
Shraddha, sadhu sanga, bhajana kriya, anartha nivritti, nishtha, asakti, bhava, prem.
Ruchi, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prem.
Sorry, Ruchi missed up. Sorry.
So this is what it is actually. From 23:9 to 13, no? So beautiful prayers. Let us read and then we'll go to our. Thank you, both of you, Praveen Prabhu. Right now, Prabhu. Madhya 23.9. Yeah. Let me share that one. Yeah. Kona bhagya kona jivera shraddhaya dihaya tabe se jiva sadhu sangaye karaya. If by good fortune a living entity develops faith in Krishna, he begins to associate with devotees. These are the teachings, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu teachings to Sanatana Goswami. Sadhu sanga haitehaya shravana kirtana sadhana bhaktyehaya sarvanartha nivartana. Sarvanartha nivartana. Sadhu sanga haitehaya shravana kirtana sadhana bhaktyehaya sarvanartha nivartana. When one is encouraged in devotional service by the association of devotees, one becomes free from all unwanted contamination by following the regulative principles and chanting and hearing. 23.11. Anartha nivritti haile bhaktya nishtahaite shravanadye ruchi upajaya. When one is freed from all unwanted contamination, he advances with firm faith. When firm faith in devotion service awakens, a taste for hearing and chanting also awakens. Ruchi haite bhaktehaya asakti prachura asakti haite chitte janme Krishna priti ankura. After taste is awakened, a deep attachment arises, and from that attachment, the seed of love for Krishna grows in the heart. Hari Bol. This is last one. Sei bhava gada haile dhare prema nama sei prema prayojana sarvananda dhama. When that ecstatic emotional stage intensifies, it is called love of Godhead. Such love is life's ultimate goal and reservoir of all pleasures. So after 10 offenses, we read this one, right? In order to quickly achieve the desired success of Krishna, what we see, we have to guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success, Krishna prema. This one. So we have to start with the firm faith. It intensifies slowly, gradually, ultimately, prema and bhava. Bhava prema, right? After bhava, prema, right? Prabhu?
Yes.
Yeah, bhava is the last but one. Prema is the last one.
Prema is the last one, correct.
Bharat Maharaj is a bhava, and then he fall down.
Yeah, that's the thing.
When gets prema, it doesn't fall down.
Yes. So that great king and the great devotee of the Lord, fall down from bhava stage. So it's hard. We have to work very hard with our senses. Thank you again, Prabhuji Sanmata. So let me read our regular Mangalacharana prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nite Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So let me share this one again. Yes. Yes, Mata, yes. Sandhya Mata, thank you for joining. Please read this one from Bhagavatam. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, creation. What is the chapter 12? Anybody remembers? The birth of Emperor Parikshit. The birth of Emperor Parikshit. Yeah. Go ahead, Mata.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The good king Yudhishthira inquired, O great souls, will he become a saintly a king, as pious in his very name, and as famous and glorified in his achievements as others who appeared in this great royal family? Purport. The forefathers of King Yudhishthira were all great saintly kings, pious and glorified by their great achievements. They were all saints on the royal throne, and therefore all the members of the state were happy, pious, well-behaved, prosperous, and spiritually enlightened. Under strict guidance of the great souls and spiritual instructions, such great saintly kings were trained up, and as a result, the kingdom was full of saintly persons and was a happy land of spiritual life. Maharaja Yudhishthira was himself a replica of his ancestors, and he desired that the next king after him become exactly like his great forefathers. He was happy to learn from the learned Brahmanas that by astrological calculations, the child would be born a first great devotee of the Lord, and more confidentially wanted to know whether the child was going to follow in the footsteps of his great forefathers. That is the way of the monarchical state. The reigning king should be a pious, chivalrous devotee of the Lord, and fear personified for the upstarts. He must also live and hear apparent equally qualified to rule over the innocent citizens. In the modern setup of democratic states, the people themselves are fallen into the quality of Shudras or less, and the government is run by the representative, who is ignorant of scriptural mode of administrative education. Thus, the whole atmosphere is surcharged with Shudra qualities manifested by lust and avarice. Such administrators quarrel every day among themselves. The cabinet of ministers changes often due to party and group selfishness. Everyone wants to exploit the state resources till he dies. No one retires from political life unless forced to do so. How can such low-grade men to do good to the people? The result is corruption, intrigue, and hypocrisy. They should learn from the Srimad Bhagavatam how ideal the administrators must be before they can be given charge of different posts.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you,
Last,
Prabhuji.
you see, Prabhupada thinking. They should learn from Srimad Bhagavatam how ideal the administrators must be before they can be given charge of different posts. Yeah, ISKCON is trying to give this Srimad Bhagavatam knowledge to great leaders in different capacities. Lavanya, you want to read?
Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. The learned Brahmana said, O son of Pritha, this child shall be exactly like King Ishwaku, the son of Manu, in maintaining all those who are born. And as for following the Brahmanical principle, especially in being true to his promise, he shall be exactly like Rama, the personality of Godhead, the son of Maharaj Dasharatha. Purport. Praja means the living being who has taken his birth in the material world.
One second. You can say, yeah. ఈ paragraph చదివి
ఎక్కడ
ఈ paragraph చదివిన తర్వాత I will other debate. It's a big purpose. Yes. Go.
Then scroll down a little bit. Praja. Okay. Praja means the living being who has taken his birth in the material world. Actually, the living being has no birth and no death. But because of his separation from the service of the Lord and due to his desire to lord it over the material nature, he is offered a suitable body to satisfy his material desire. In doing so, one becomes conditioned by the laws of material nature, and the material body is changed in terms of his work. The living entity thus transmigrates from one body to another in 84 lakh species of life. But due to his being the part and parcel of the Lord, he not only is maintained with all necessaries of life by the Lord, but also is protected by the Lord and his representatives, the saintly kings. These saintly kings give protection to all the prajas or living beings to live and fulfill their terms of imprisonment. Maharaj Parikshit was actually the ideal saintly king because while touring his kingdom, he happened to see that a poor cow was about to be killed by a personified Kali, whom he at once took to task as a murderer. This means that even the animals were given protection by the saintly administrators, not from any sentimental point of view, but because those who have taken their birth in the material world have the right to live. All the saintly kings, beginning from the king of sun globe down to the king of the earth, are so inclined by the influence of the Vedic literatures. The Vedic literatures are taught in higher planets also, as there is reference in the Bhagavad Gita 4.1 about the teachings to the sun god Vivaswan by the Lord. And such lessons are transferred by the disciplic succession. And it was done by the sun god to his son Manu and from Manu to Maharaj Ikshwaku. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma.
Yeah. Go
There
ahead.
are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma, and the Manu referred to herein as the seventh Manu, who is one of the Prajapatis, those who create progeny. And he is the son of the sun god. He is known as Vaivashvata Manu. He had 10 sons, and Maharaja Ikshwaku is one of them. Maharaja Ikshwaku also learned Bhakti Yoga and taught in the Bhagavad Gita from his father Manu, who got it from his father, the sun god. Later on, the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita came down to disciplic succession from Maharaj Ikshwaku, but in course of time, the chain was broken by unscrupulous persons, and therefore it again had to be taught to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So all the Vedic literatures are current from the very beginning of creation of the material world, and thus the Vedic literatures are known as Apaurusheya, not made by man. The Vedic knowledge was spoken by the Lord and first heard by Brahma, the first created living being within the universe.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Yes. Yeah, there is another word. Right? Two words we always have to meditate. Yeah, and Asamurdva. Apaurusheya means these Vedic literatures not written by mundane, these personalities. They're directly from the perfect person, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. That's why it's called Apaurusheya. And there is Prabhupada frequently quotes Asamurdva. That means no one is equal to and no one is greater than anybody. Krishna. Nobody is equal to, nobody is greater. Supreme Personality is everything. So Apaurusheya, Asamurdva. These two you have to always meditate. Yes. Yeah, these are different personalities here explained in this purport by Srila Prabhupada. So Raju Prabhu, please read these two.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Maharaja Ishwaku, one of the sons of Vaivashvata Manu, he had 100 sons. He prohibited meat eating. His son Shashada became the next king after his death. Manu. The Manu mentioned in this verse as the father of Ikshaku. He is the seventh Manu of the name Vaivastha Manu, the son of sun god Vivaswan, to whom Lord Krishna instructed the teachings of Bhagavad Gita prior to his teaching them to Arjuna. Mankind is the descendant of Manu. This Vaivasthata Manu had 10 sons named Ishwaku, Navaga, Drishta, Saryati, and Narishanta, Nabhaga, Dishta, Karusha, Prasdara, and Vashuman. The Lord's incarnation, Matsya, the gigantic fish, was invented during the beginning of Vaivasthata Manu's reign. He learned the principles of Bhagavad Gita from his father, Vivaswan, the sun god, and he reinstructed the same to his son Maharaja Ishwaku. In the beginning of the Treta Yuga, the sun god instructed devotional service to Manu, and Manu in his turn instructed to Ikshwaku for the welfare of the whole human society. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, currently 7th Manu is going on, right?
7th Manu. Is that correct, Prabhu? I am also not sure. Lalit Prabhu, 7th Manu?
Yes, Prabhuji, 7th Manu, 7th Manu, and of the first 1000 this one cycles, it is 728th Prabhuji.
Total 728th Manus already gone, Prabhuji.
No. This is 728th Kali Yuga, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay,
there are 14 Manus, and every Manu 71 cycles it happens, Prabhu.
71, Prabhuji.
Yeah, nearly 71. So it comes around 958 or 971 or 989, something like that. 14 into 78, 71. Just calculate 14 into 71 is.
1 minute, Prabhuji.
I'll calculate.
Yeah, 994. So there are 994 cycles in one day of Brahma. Of these 994, 728th cycle is going on now.
Okay, Prabhuji. In one day, Brahma's one day, this 14 Manus will appear, right?
Yes. And every Manu's reign for 71 Yuga cycles.
Oh.
Of this, the 7th one is going on. 728th cycle is going on now.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
ఒక చిన్న మెసేజ్ పెట్టండి ప్రభు, లలిత్ మోహన్ ప్రభు. ఆ ఇన్ఫో ఒక గ్రూప్ లో మెసేజ్ పెట్టండి ప్లీజ్. ఓకే,
అలాగే.
ప్రవీణ్ ప్రభు మీరు చదవండి ప్లీజ్. గో హెడ్ అండ్ రీడ్.
ఓకే ప్రభుజీ. హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభుజీ.
హరే కృష్ణ.
Lord Rama, the Supreme Personality of God, had incarnated himself as Sri Rama, accepting the sonhood of his pure devotee Maharaja Dasrath, the king of Ayodhya. Lord Rama descended along with his plenary portions, and all of them appeared as his younger brothers. In the month of Chaitra, on the 9th day of the growing moons in the Treta Yuga, the Lord appeared as usual to establish the principles of religion and to annihilate the disturbing elements. When he was just a young boy, he helped the great sage Vishwamitra by killing Subhahu and striking Marcha, the two demons who were disturbing the sages in their daily discharge of duties. The Brahmanas and Kshatriyas are meant to cooperate for the welfare of the mass of people. The Brahmana sages endeavor to enlighten the people by perfect knowledge, and the Kshatriyas are meant for their protection. Lord Ramachandra is the ideal king for maintaining and protecting the highest culture of humanity, known as Brahmanya Dharma. The Lord is specifically the protector of the cows and the Brahmanas, and Hence, he announces the prosperity of the world. He rewarded the administrative demigods by effective weapons to conquer the demons through the agency of Vishwamitra. He was present in the vow sacrifice of King Janaka, and by breaking the invincible vow of Shiva, he married Sita Devi, daughter of Maharaja Janaka. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You can read completely.
Okay, Prabhuji. After his marriage, he accepted exile in the forest for 14 years by the order of his father, Maharaja Dasratha. To help the administration of the demigods, he killed 14,000 demons, and by the intuitions of the demons, his wife Sita Devi was kidnapped by Ravana. He made friendship with Sugriva, who was helped by the Lord to kill Vali, a brother of Sugriva. By the help of Lord Rama, Sugriva became the king of Banras, a race of gorillas. The Lord built a floating bridge of stones on the Indian Ocean and reached Lanka, the kingdom of Ravana, who had kidnapped Sita. Later on, Ravana was killed by him, and Ravana's brother Vishnu was installed on the throne of Lanka. Vishnu was one of the brothers of Ravana, a demon, but Lord Rama made him immortal by his blessings. On the expiry of 14 years after settling the affairs of Lanka, the Lord came back to his kingdom Ayodhya by Flower Plain. He instructed his brother Shatrughan to attack Lavansura, who reigned at Mathura, and the demon was killed. He performed 10 Aswamedha sacrifices, and later on disappeared while taking a bath in Saryu River. The great epic Ramayana is the history of Lord Rama's activities in the world, and the authoritative Ramayana was written by the great poet Valmiki. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Lalit Mohan, Prabhuji. Text 20.
Translation. The child will be munificent donor of charity and protector of the surrendered, like the famous king Shibi of the Ushinara country. And he will expand the name and fame of his family like Bharata, the son of Maharaj Dushyanta. Purport. A king becomes famous by his acts of charity, performances of yajnas, protection of the surrendered, etc. A Kshatriya king is proud to give protection to the surrendered souls. This attitude of a king is called Ishvara Bhava, or factual power to give protection in a righteous cause. In the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord instructs living beings to surrender unto him, and he promises all protection. The Lord is all powerful and true to his word, and therefore he never fails to give protection to his different devotees. The king, being the representative of the Lord, must possess this attitude of giving protection to the surrendered souls at all risk. Maharaj Shibi, the king of Ushinara, was an intimate friend of Maharaj Yayati, who was able to reach the heavenly planets along with Maharaj Shibi. Maharaj Shibi was aware of the heavenly planet where he was to be transferred after his death. And the description of this heavenly planet is given in Mahabharata Adi Parva 96.6 to 9 Slokas. Maharaj Shibi, who was so charitably disposed, that he wanted to give over his acquired position in the heavenly kingdom to Yayati. But he did not accept it. Yayati went to the heavenly planet along with great rishis like Ashtaka and others. On inquiry from the rishis, Yayati gave an account of Shibi's pious acts when all of them were on the path of heaven. He has become a member of Assembly of Yamaraj, who has become his powerful deity. As confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita, the worshipper of the demigods goes to the planets of demigods, Yanti Deva Brata Devan. So Maharaj Shibi has become an associate of great Vaishnava authority Yamaraj on that particular planet. While he was on the earth, he became very famous as a protector of surrendered souls and a donor of charities. The king of heaven once took the shape of a pigeon hunter bird, eagle, And Agni, the fire god, took shape of a pigeon. The pigeon, while being chased by the eagle, took shelter of the lap of Maharaj Shibi. And the hunter eagle wanted the pigeon back from the king. The king wanted to give it some other meat to eat and requested the bird not to kill the pigeon. The hunter bird refused to accept the king's offer. But it was settled later on that the eagle would accept flesh from the body of the king of pigeon's equivalent weight. The king began to cut the flesh from his body to weigh it in balance equivalent to the weight of the pigeon. But the mystic pigeon always remained heavier. The king then put himself on the balance to equate with the pigeon, and the demigods were pleased with him. The king of heaven and the fire god disclosed their identity, and the king was blessed by them. Devarshi Narada also glorified Maharaj Shibi for his great achievements, specifically in charity and protection. Maharaj Shibi sacrificed his own son for the satisfaction of human beings in his kingdom, and thus child Parikshit was to become second Shibi in charity and protection. Prabhu, should I go ahead, Prabhu?
Yes.
Dushyanti Bharata. There are many Bharatas in the histories, of which the brother of Lord Rama, Bharata, the son of King Rishabha, and Bharata, the son of Maharaj Dushyanta, are very famous. And all these three Bharatas are historically known to the universe. This earth planet is known as Bharata, or Bharatavarsha, due to King Bharata, the son of Rishabha. But according to some, this land is also known as Bharata due to the reign of son of Dushyanta. So far as we are convinced, this land's name Bharatavarsha was established from the reign of Bharata, the son of King Rishabha. Before him, the land was known as Ailavratavarsa. But just after the coronation of Bharata, the son of Rishabha, this land became famous as Bharatavarsha. But despite all this, Bharata, the son of Maharaj Dushyanta, was not less important. He is son of the famous beauty Shakuntala. Maharaj Dushyanta fell in love with Shakuntala in the forest, and Bharata was conceived. After that, Maharaj forgot his wife Shakuntala by the curse of Kanva Muni, and child Bharata was brought up in the forest by his mother. Even in his childhood, he was so powerful that he challenged the lions and elephants in the forest and would fight with them as little children play with cats and dogs. Because of boys becoming so strong, more than the so-called modern Tarzan, the rishis in the forest called him Sarvadamana, or one who is able to control everyone. A full description of Maharaj Bharata is given in Mahabharata, Adi Parva. The Pandavas or the Kurus are sometimes addressed as Bharata due to being born in the dynasty of famous Maharaj Bharata, the son of King Dushyanta. Prabhuji, actually, we belong to this, this Muni, Kanva Muni. Actually, this Maharaj Bharata has been raised by Kanva Muni after being cursed by him to, his son, husband Dushyanta. Dushyanta and Shakuntala, that very good story. Satya Harishchandra story. In that character, in that story, these two come. So this Bharata Maharaj is that Bharat Maharaj actually. So there are three Bharatas altogether. One is the brother of Lord Ram. The second one is Rishabdev's son, Bharat Maharaj, where we get to read extensively in Bhagavatam. Like, Bharat, again Jada Bharat, and then again he'll go back. So that is one Bharat. The third Bharat is the son of Shakuntala. He is a very strong ruler actually. He controlled nearly, 9/10 of the planet of Earth. 1/10 he couldn't control because it is not inhabitable. Wherever there is an inhabitable land, he has gone and he chased them. All the adharma. He chased all the adharma when he was, reigning the kingdom, reigning the planet Earth. So Bharata is called by all these three names, and some actually fight. No. This Bharata Varsha is after the name of, Lord Ram's brother Bharat, and some will say that it is Rishabdev's son Bharat, and some will say Dushyanta's son Bharat. In either way, all the three are glorified. All the three are very great. to whomever you call it as this Bharatavarsha, it is, it is worth it actually. All the three are worth, calling of their after their name. So such great are these three personalities, Bharata.
Yeah, thank you for adding, Prabhuji. అది తెలుసు కదా, అందుకే లాస్ట్ చెప్తేనే మా ప్రభు ఏం చెప్తున్నాడు, అది భారత భూమిలోక సర్వ ఉపకారి పరోపకారి అసలు అది గుర్తుందా ప్రభు?
Yes, Prabhu.
భారత ఇది ఒకసారి చేయండి, అది భారత భూమితో కైలా సర్వ
Kone Bhagyavan. It comes like this. I don't exactly remember the whole phrase, Prabhu. I'm sorry. If Lavanya Mataji remembers, she can remember it.
That is my Prabhuji's favorite verse. So
సర్వోపకారి భాగ్యవాన్. So Bharatavarsha, that's yeah, three kings, not three kings, one king, one great devotee. Rishabdev also king, right, Prabhu?
All the three are kings, Prabhuji. Bharata is a very great king, na?
All the three are kings.
And the Lord's Ram brother, Bharat is still great. 14 years only Padukas, as a servant. He didn't rule, he became a servant.
Yeah, wonderful country, Bharat. And this is only not America, Africa, Europe, like Prabhu. This entire Earth planet is called Bharata Bhumi, right? That's why you said all uninhabitable, except uninhabitable, everything conquered. I mean, that means once upon a time there are no this of course Bhagavad also says that 7 oceans, 5
No,
oceans.
Prabhuji, even the geology, if you study, it says there are 7 islands earlier.
No, 7 islands all comprises together Bharatavarsha, right?
No. They are different continents. Bharatavarsha is from, actually they call it as a plates, Prabhu. Tectonic plates they call, from the geological perspective. So very recently, this tectonical plate of Bharata means from Gandhara Desh, means Hindu Kush mountains, na? If you see the Iran and Afghanistan border, from there till Malaya Hills in the east, that is known as Bharata Khanda. And to the south, it is not the Kanyakumari and Tamil Nadu which you see. There is known as Dravid Desha, which is 3 times longer, and that is known as Kumari Khanda actually. So all these two are together. Bharata Khanda and Kumari Khanda are always together. And now when Bharata Khanda has hit the tectonic plate of Eurasian plate, it has become one. Then this conquering started actually. Some geologists say like that. And this Kumari Khanda has been submerged into the ocean. 3/4 of the Tamil land is actually submerged into the ocean now. That's how the geologists say. But that has been, what you say, it will be our historians, Indian historians and archaeological scientists, they say that it is true. What has been given in the Mahabharata is true actually. Because they say, according to the Tamil literature, I'm sorry, Prabhuji, I'm just deviating the path.
No.
Let us be the Bhagavatam.
We will stop here anyway. This is a big purport again. But tell me, Prabhu, yes. But నేను విన్నది ఏంటంటే ప్రభుజీ, అంటే ఒకప్పుడు అంత ఒకటే భారత ఖండం ఒకటే ఉందని, ఇప్పుడు ద్రవిడ దేశం.
Sanatana Dharma used to be practiced everywhere, Prabhuji. And wherever the, at some times a King Jarasandha would come, at some time King Hunas means the Chinese. They might progress and they might go off track. Then what these people used to do, they used to fight with them, they used to remove that king and again make the principles of religion be established, make their son sit on the throne and guide him and come back. And if you see the Yavanas means Greeks, generally we say, and Mlechas. And Mlechas means Turkics and what you say, Gok Turks. These are the people who are Mlechas actually. So all these people, they used to rule, and Kala Yavanas means the Africans. So they used to rule their own kingdoms, Prabhu. But whenever there is something wrong in their kingdom, these people used to go, make a war with them, and then make the righteous dharma principles be established again. If they don't listen by Sama Veda Danda, no, what is it? What is it that?
Samadhana.
Samadhana Veda. Samadhana Veda is not, if it is not successful, then they used to do Danda. Last is the war.
There is a proper system.
No, kings are proper pros. Kings are devotees, no? So all these things happen.
యా థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఇది అంత తెలియదు ప్రభు. నేను ఏమనుకున్నా అంటే భారత భూమి ఒకప్పుడు ఒకటే లాగా మొత్తం అంతా భరత వర్షం అంటే భరత ఖండం అంటే ఎంటైర్ ప్లానెట్ భరత కాల్డ్ భరత ఖండం అని. కానీ ద్రవిడియల్ తర్వాత ఇంకా వేరే అన్ని ఎక్కడ ఉంటుంది ప్రభు ఇది కాంటెక్స్ట్ ఎక్కడ తెలుసుకున్నారు మీరు?
Some generally I read only historic books. Bhagavatam and all came later in my life actually, but earlier before the geostatical history and archaeological sciences, this I used to study because of my inclination is towards history probably more. Later on bhakti got added into my life actually, that is a different thing. But even now I read probably. Now I read those books, archaeological books and all. So now actually how it has become is Mahabharata. In Mahabharata there are many stories, which gets correlated with the archaeological and geospatial sciences. Like how the north and south got divided in India has been given by this Mahabharata. Whenever any Agastya Muni's this one will come in this Mahabharata, in this purports, Bhagavatam purports, then I will say that story also. Because if I start it now, it will take 9:30 now. So Agastya is the one who united both the north and south Indias of the modern day which we see. Because actually the Himalayas are competing with the Vindhya ranges. Sorry, Vindhyas are competing with the Himalayas. They are also trying to become very, very high. Then Agastya is the one who has sat on it and make it down again, dwarf.
Yeah, history perspective. You need to understand. Yes. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you for adding or sharing. Appreciate it.
Krishna, I have one doubt. Prabhuji, in one of the Bhagavad Gita purport or like translation, they mention like Pulindis, Yavanas, and who's Andhra, Pulinda, something like that. They are it says like non-devotees.
Yes, Mataji.
But you are saying like all the kings are like devotees. How can I like?
Okay. Mataji, like the recent 5,000 years past is the Bhagavad Gita which we are studying now. But Bhagavatam speaks of crores and crores of years now.
So it's degraded, I think, right, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji. Actually, that degradation, like Prabhupada in his purports, he also writes. Very recently, Pakistan got divided. Means what does it mean? Earlier, they also used to follow Sanatana Dharma. And before that, in Alexander times, we study even the Hindu Kush mountains. Afghanistan are purely Hindu culture. There is a Shakti Peetam also there. And before that, there is a place in Iran where a sun sacrifice used to happen. And Samarkand, if you see the Central Asian countries, 780 BC to 1200 BC, there is a fire god, worship used to go on. And 500 AD, the Europeans used to do this one, Celtic worship. Celtic means Celts they used to be called. Celt means they used to worship whom? The forest god, fire god, and
Panchabhuta.
Panchabhuta and rivers. They used to worship rivers.
Nature. Worship of
nature. When these Romans came, to make them follow one religion, what they have imbibed is the Christianity. Then they got changed. Byzantine has come. So that's how, Mataji, if you see it systematically, very systematically, they have come till the Pakistan till now. And it is
So
also said it will still get down, be brought down.
yes.
It will still, what is a collapse. That is what it is said. And after that, it is said it will again grow. So what we should not be, disturbed by is, we should not be disturbed by how Sanatana Dharma is being practiced and how it is being collapsed. No, we should do our part. And these things happen because Kali Yuga. Na? And have you ever read about this, Mataji? There is a cycle, how it goes. Prabhuji, are you interested to listen this, or should I stop it here?
నా ఎక్స్ప్రెషన్స్ అంటున్నా బ్రో. చెప్పండి ప్రభు, మీరు చెప్పండి, మేము వింటాం.
Yeah, actually there is known as cycle, Prabhuji. Everything is cyclic here. Things come and things go. When Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj Thakur, he says to Prabhupada, the first sentence is, these things come and go. The independence, India becoming poor, India becoming rich, it comes and goes. But Bhakti should not stop.
Yes.
So, there is a lot of gravity in that statement, like how, because he is before coming into this, he is a big astronomer, astrologist. So he knows the past, present, and future of everything. So what he knows is, like, there is something in a cyclic order. See, 5,000 years when Krishna ruled this planet, the kingdom of Bharata is the one which contributes from 58% of the GDP of the world. Do you have any doubt on this? No one has doubt. Even the historians don't have doubt on this.
Yeah.
India is the only country which propagates for 60%, 58 to 60% of GDP of the world. Then what happened? We study in history that there is a golden Persian age, Darius the Great, Cyrus the Great, that is in 3000 BC. 5000 BC it is India, and 3000 BC it is Darius the Great. It has moved towards the westward. And after that, 1000 BC, 300 BC, what we have seen? We have seen the Greeks. They conquering everything and they looting everything. All right. So it has moved towards westward again, Greeks. And after that, 700 BC, it has gone towards the Turkey. 700 till 700 AD. That is known as Goktuk Empire. It started, from the Mongolia till Turkey. So the wealth has been moved towards that place, right? And after that, what happened? This is still 800 to 900 AD, Prabhuji. Goktuk Empire and all. And after that, what happened? These Mongolian herds known as Genghis Khan and all came, and they ruled this place till 1200 AD. 1200 to 1340, 1400 AD. So the wealth has moved towards that place. The power has been moved towards that place. And from 15th century, the Portugal, Spain, and France, they started expediting all the places and they started colonizing every place. So the power has moved till towards the west, right? And then the England came in the 17th and 18th century. All that stories. The power has still moved towards the west. And 19th century and 20th century, who is the king? It's America. The power center has moved till towards the west, right? And then in the late 19th century, 20th century, you have seen there are the Asian tigers which has come up, like the Japan, Korea, Singapore, and this China. So it is moving towards the east again. It has come towards the east. So, in a very, very less time, it will come again to India also. But this will go again, cycle. So this is what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati mean by these things come and go, but it should not stop for Bhakti. Bhakti is an emergency. So that is what he meant. He knows the history, he knows everything. So whenever he says something, we should, it has some gravity. And that's why Prabhupada really got that message right away on that day itself. Sorry, Prabhuji, taking it from Bharata, it has gone somewhere to somewhere, but this is how it is. We should see the perspective.
So much knowledge.
Prabhuji, it's very informative. So the roots are from Sanatana Dharma, but the degradation happened like this. Yeah, got it.
Actually, whenever Lalit Mohan Prabhuji speaks, na Prabhuji, I impress a lot because he has so much knowledge and he speaks very practically, Prabhuji. Yeah, I like very much.
On behalf of all this group, I am giving a degree. I am giving a award, historian devotee called Lalit Mohan Prabhu. Ki Jai.
Jai Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I think we need one more session like this one because it's gone up from our head.
I am seriously telling Prabhuji, when from like Lalit Mohan, since Lalit Mohan Prabhuji time, that time onwards, the like reading part is very, very, I mean, I'm not attending Slokas correctly, but reading part is very much interested, Prabhuji, like while discussing everything, Prabhuji.
Jai, Jai. Thank you for adding, Raju Prabhu. Even I'm dumb guy. I don't have much knowledge.
No, Prabhuji. No, Prabhuji, but like
I don't know. This historical thing, this geography, zero. I don't have any much info. Thank you.
This is not to show off my language or my knowledge and all, Prabhuji, but just to share, so that someone comes and chops you off with, his knowledge. You should not get bewildered.
No. It requires, Prabhuji. It requires, Prabhu. I mean, just to see, we are reading this through the pages of Bhagavatam. You can understand, who is these personalities in Sanatana Dharma that time before beginning, then how it's degraded through different, different rulers. Thank you. We need one more class. Praveen Prabhu said this requires actually some info. You have lot of info, Prabhuji. So let us have some different call, and I will discuss. You can share. I mean, as soon as you read, you wanted to share during this slokas and purports.
No, Prabhuji, what we do is we don't add any calls, but we stick to this process only. This is the time which we continue. And in the Bhagavatam, by the time we complete Bhagavatam, everything will come, Prabhuji. Everything will come for you also. And I will learn from you people also many things. So it's like that. We will just make it imbibed in the Bhagavatam only. Because Bhagavatam is our goal. By reading all this knowledge, obtaining everything, what we do, we should only get taste on Bhagavatam. That's
Thank you, Prabhuji, for adding these things. It's really, in the memory, icing on the cake. I don't know the word. Adi. Thank you. So, any of them, Prabhu, 10 minutes. What do you suggest? Yeah,
these two will practice probably Shamam Hiranyaparidam and Naumidhyate Barha. Like I have seen, not taking the names, but actually we will practice this more. Okay, we will practice these two slokas more, and then we will go to Barha Pidam.
So,
they will understand how to tune. Like Samyukta Mataji and our Sandhya Mataji, they had a bit problem in reciting these verses. So I just wanted to help them out actually in that perspective. I am speaking. So
and you have shared one-to-one message. I am also not there, Prabhuji, because of the new words. New words, not Rockies. Somehow it's going on.
So what we do, we go only one now. Shamam Hiranyaparidam we go. And we go word by word, Prabhu, synonym by synonym. And we will repeat it 3 or 4 times. Then you see how easy will that sloka be. Okay. Don't directly hop on to that sloka. That is a very bad proposition actually. But, yeah, we didn't do that, no? So it will be tough only. Yes, Prabhu. We will do only this sloka, synonymous word by word and translation. And once I'll go sloka, and we will end it here, okay? Because it is becoming too late. Else, tomorrow also we'll practice this only, Prabhu. No issues. Barha Pidam, yes, we'll keep it aside, and we'll do it afterwards because a lot of information to be given on that sloka.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will 3 times every day, every word. Okay. Shyamam.
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 Hiranya.
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 Paridhim.
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 Vanamalya.
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 Barha.
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 Dhatu.
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 Pravala.
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 Nata.
Nata.
Vesham. Anuvrata.
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 Amse.
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 Vinyasta.
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 Hastam.
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 Itarena.
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 Dhunanam.
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 Abjam.
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 Karna.
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 Utpala.
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 Alakakapola.
Alakapola.
Alakakapola.
Alakapola.
Alakakapola.
Alakapola.
Mukhabja.
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 Hasam.
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 Asam.
Hasam.
Now please repeat me. Repeat this word for 10 times. Karnotpalalakakapola.
Karnotpalalakapola.
Karnotpalalakakapola.
Karnotpalalakapola.
Karnotpalalakakapola.
Karnotpalalakapola.
Karnotpalalakakapola.
Upala. Alakakopala.
Karnotpalalakakapola.
कर्णोत्पलालक कपोल
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 कर्णोत्पलालक कपोल.
Okay, now we will go for a shloka once. Okay,
Before
this
that,
is in Shrutva meter. Shrutva guna.
that meter, but Prabhu, ఒకసారి ఇచ్చాడు కర్ణాలక కపోల అంటే upon his ears, okay, ears, lily flowers, alaka kapola with hair extending over his cheeks. అంటే ఇక్కడ వరకు హెయిర్ ఉందనా కృష్ణుంది?
Yeah, Krishna hair will touch his shoulder probably, and that too with ring.
Curly
5 or 6 rings, curly 6 rings. They say, and in the center ring he keeps a karnika flower.
షోల్డర్ వరకు బ్రో, అంటే చీక్స్ తగులుతూ
చీక్స్ మొత్తం బాబుజీ యాక్చువల్లీ నుదుట మీద ఉండే హెయిర్ ఏమో చీక్స్ దాకా వస్తుంది. ఆ కింద వెనకాల మెడ మీద ఉండేది it will touch the shoulder. The hair on the forehead, from the side it will touch his cheeks. And the hair at the back of his head, it will touch his shoulder. So in between somewhere this karnika flower he will just
अच्छा एज लगी है
मुखाब्जा हासन.
So what we do, shall we recite the shloka or shall we do the synonyms, meanings of the synonyms?
మీనింగ్స్ ఒకసారి చెప్పి ఒక 2 సార్లు మీరు ఏంటో దెన్ సార్ 1 to ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసి వైండ్ అప్ చేద్దాం.
Shyamam, dark blue in complexion. Hiranya, golden. Paridhim, whose garment. Vanamalya, with a forest garland. Barha, peacock feather. Dhatu, colored minerals. Pravala, springs and birds. Nata, like a dancer upon the stage. Vesham, dressed. Anuvrata, of a friend. Amse, upon the shoulder. Vinyasa, placed. Hastam, his hand. Itarena, with the other. Dhunanam, twirling. Abjam, a lotus. Karna, upon his ears. Utpala, lilies. Alaka kapola, with hair extending over his cheeks. Mukhabja, upon his lotus-like face. Hasam, having a smile. Translation. His complexion was dark blue and his garment golden, wearing a peacock feather, colored minerals, sprigs of flower buds, and a garland of forest flowers and leaves. He was dressed just like a dramatic dancer. He rested one hand upon the shoulder of a friend and with the other twirled a lotus. Lilies graced his ears. His hair hung down over his cheeks and his lotus-like face was smiling. Giriraj Prabhu, you will have the same picture somewhere in the net. Please, what you say, search it and keep it here. They can meditate upon this thing.
I'll put right up this call.
Okay.
Yes, a picture good.
Shrutva guna. Shyamam hiranya paridhim vanamalya barha dhatu pravala natave samanubratamse vinyasta hastamitarena dhunana mojjam karno palalaka kapola mukhabjahasam. Second time. Shyamam hiranya paridhim vanamalya barha dhatu pravala natave samanubratamse vinyasta hastamitarena dhunana mojjam karno palalaka kapola mukhabjahasam.
ఒకసారి నేను ట్రై చేస్తాను ప్రభు.
Yes, ma'am.
త్వగుణ, రైట్? ఓకే. శ్యామం హిరణ్య పరిధిం వనమాల్య బర్హ. అది వస్తుందా? కరెక్టేనా? శ్యామం హిరణ్య పరిధిం వనమాల్య బర్హ ధాతు ప్రవాల నటవేషమనావ్రతం సే విన్యస్త అస్తమితరేణ ధునానమబ్జం కర్ణోత్పలాలక. ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది, కొంచెం ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయాలి. కర్ణోత్పలాలక కపోల ముఖాబ్జహాసం. కర్ణోత్పలాలక కపోల ముఖాబ్జహాసం. హరి బోల్. ట్రై వన్స్.
ఇది శృత్వా కదా? శృత్వా గుణాన్, రైట్?
Yes, Mataji.
శ్యామం హిరణ్య పరిధిం వనమాల్య బర్హ ధాతు ప్రవాల నటవేషమను అనువ్రతాంశే విన్యస్త హస్తమితరేణ ధనూనాబ్జం కర్ణోత్పలాలక కపోల ముఖాబ్జహాసం. మళ్ళీ పాడినా ప్రభుజీ?
విన్యస్త హస్తం అనేది ఒకసారి అటు ఇటు అయిపోయింది మాతాజీ.
చాలా రోజులైంది కదా.
మాతాజీ పని చేయండి, శృత్వా గుణాన్ని ఒకసారి పాడండి మాతాజీ. శృత్వా గుణాన్ని
చూపించారా ఒకసారి?
ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ లో ఉంటుంది అది.
శృత్వా గుణాన్ భువన సుందర శృణ్వతాంతే నిర్విశ్య కర్ణ వివరైర్హరతోంగతాపం రూపం దృశాం దృశిమతామఖిలార్ధనాభం త్వయ్యచ్యుతావిష్యతి చిత్తమపత్రపం మే.
Yes, Mataji, good.
శ్యామం హిరణ్య పరిధిం వనమాల్య బర్హ ధాతు ప్రవాల నటవేషమనువ్రతాంశే. ఇక్కడ అట్లేనా ప్రభుజీ?
అనవ్రతాంశే.
అనవ్రతాంశే
విన్యస్త.
విన్యస్త హస్తమితరేణ ధనూనమబ్జం కర్ణోత్పలాలక కపోల ముఖాబ్జహాసం.
Perfect.
I'll try ప్రభుజీ next time.
Yeah. Yes, for Sandhya Mataji and Samyukta Mataji, I will keep them personally. I will ping them personally. I forgot to bring them yesterday because I was too late actually. So they were also trying, but they are a bit this one. Okay.
మీరు ఇక్కడ ఉండగానే ఆ ఫోటో చూస్తారు ఒకసారి, ఒక నిమిషం.
Yeah, we will practice the whole week this one only, Prabhuji. No issues. These two shlokas we will practice in both the meters. Okay.
Sure, Prabhu. కృష్ణ అది ఏం ఫోటో బ్రో? కృష్ణ ఫోటో విత్ ఫ్రెండ్.
No, actually Krishna will keep one hand on his friend, Prabhuji, and on the other hand there will be one lotus. And he will be seeing like this, you know. Which shloka it is, Prabhuji? Which chapter it is? 10th canto. Which chapter?
10th canto. 10th canto.
Chapter.
23rd.
14th.
No. This one is Shamam Hiranya Padhim is different.
23.
23. This is how this Brahman Patni is seen, I guess. Brahman Patni is chapter, that is.
Prabhuji? Brahman Patni. This is how they see Krishna. Share చేస్తారా?
చేస్తా Prabhuji.
So ఇది బ్రాహ్మణ పత్ని అది description Prabhuji?
Yeah, Brahman Patni is how they describe Krishna is 10:23, and how Brahma describes is 10:4, 10:14.
48.
Yeah. 10:21 is how Gopis describe it. That is Barhapidam. Okay. All these are
descriptions, different descriptions.
But yeah, we are so much attracted to the Gopis description because they are always with him, and they see him with a very deep connection to their heart.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't get it, bro.
గ్రూప్ లో షేర్ చేస్తారా లేకపోతే ఇప్పుడు జూమ్ లో షేర్ చేస్తారా?
ఏం చేయాలి బ్రో? షేర్ పిక్ నేను చూస్తా బ్రో, నేను చూడలేదు ఇంకా అది, బట్ నేను ఇదివరకు ఎప్పుడు చూసాను అది. ఈ వర్షం నేర్పుతుండగా చూపించారు ఒకసారి మా ప్రభుజీ అది. అది పెట్టి చూపించేవారు అనమాట, పాడించేవారు మాతో.
అదే 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 నేను ఎప్పుడు అది గురు మహారాజ్ వాళ్ళ ఇంట్లో చూసిన ప్రభు నేను అక్కడ యుఎస్ లో.
ఓ అవునా, ఓకే ఓకే. నేను చూస్తా ప్రభు, నేను చూసి నేను పంపిస్తాను, గ్రూప్ లో షేర్ చేస్తాను.
సరే ప్రభు.
హరే కృష్ణ ప్రభు, ధన్యవాదాలు.
పతితానం పావనిభ్యో వైష్ణవేభ్యో నమో నమః. అనంత కోటి వైష్ణవ శిల ప్రభుపాద కీ జయ, శిల గురుదేవ్ కీ జయ, నిత్యాయ గౌర హరి ప్రేమానంద.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you
Hare
for
Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat, Prabhu.
joining. Whenever you get a chance, please join. Without please, we miss you.